الرحيم نحمده ونصلي ونسلم على رسوله الكريم أما بعد فأعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم وما آتاكم الرسول فخذوه وما نهاكم عنه فانتهوا واتقوا الله وقال النبي صلى الله عليه وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم صلوا كما رأيتموني أصلي أو كما قال النبي صلى الله عليه وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم. My dear brothers and sisters, respected elders, today's session is very important session because it is related to Quran and Hadith both. Today's lesson is related to history, how Quran was compiled and the ahadith of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam were compiled. So inshallah al-aziz, we will speak about it inshallah in detail. I want you to be here with me, and for a little while inshallah al-aziz, leave whatever is going on inside your families, or may Allah safeguard us all, and whatever is going on outside the masjid. Yes? Okay. Coming to Quran first. In the days of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam, I'll have to give respect to two different opinions. One opinion say Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam couldn't read and write. Yes? And there is another opinion, they say Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam wasn't allowed to read and write. Two different opinions. And when you mention an opinion, one thing that we need to know and we have to do is to give respect to the opinion of other side. Let the people decide. When Jibreel Amin came to Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam and he squeezed him towards his chest and he said to him, read. So Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam said, I can't. I cannot read. According to one narration, Lastu ana biqari'in wa ma ana biqari'in. I am not the one who can read. I am not the one who can recite. Yes? But there are other brothers, they say, no, you shouldn't say that Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam couldn't read and write, because he was a person in knowledge, nobody can reach to his level, and there is no doubt about this as well. Because the knowledge of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam was directly from Allah Azza wa Jalla. Clear? In both ways, we need to mention few things before I go into the core of the subject. First thing that started with Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he started having true dreams. And remember, true dream is the 46th share of the Nabuwwah and prophethood. Yes? After the demise of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam and the demise of Khulafai Rashideen and Tabi'een and Taba Tabi'een, what left in our hands? Al-Mubashirat. Only true dreams. كان لا يرى رؤيا إلا جاءت به مثل فلق الصبح. Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam used to have dream, and the next day that used to happen. Yes? And then وَحُبِّبَ إِلَيْهِ الْخَلَاءُ. Here I'm going to mention something. Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam was a famous merchant. He became famous merchant in the age of 17. At the age of 17. And he was very famous at the age of 25, and that's how Sayyida Khadijah al-Kubra radiyallahu ta'ala anha, she came up with proposal in front of the family of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam, and that's how Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam got married. Yes? To her. Yes?
Yes.
After that, when Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam reached to the age of 37, according to one narration, although the hadith is weak, I'm mentioning it right in the beginning. The hadith is weak. According to one narration, 37. According to other narration, when Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam reached to the age of 35. This hadith is not weak. Yes? Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam used to say to people, why do you go inside Kaaba? Why do you worship idols? Do not worship idols. Now Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam had friends, 3, 4. But one of them very important, Sayyidina Abu Bakr Siddiq radiyallahu ta'ala. He was his friend, like when he used to come back from business. So Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam business was from Makkah al-Mukarramah to Madinatul Munawwara, from Madinatul Munawwara to Syria, from Syria to Madinatul Munawwara, and from Madinatul Munawwara coming back to Makkah. Rihlatun fi shita'i wa rihlatun fi sayf. Yes? So one was journey in winter and the other one was in winter and the other one was in summer. So normally Sayyidina Abu Bakr Siddiq, who was 2 years younger than Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he used to be with him. Yes. Now people started talking about him that Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he is good when it's come to buying and selling stuff, because he is trustworthy, but he's talking against our idols. He's talking against our beliefs. So from now on, nobody should buy anything from him. Nobody should buy anything from him. From the age of 35, a kind of boycott started with Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam in the market. And then slowly, obviously, it affects the business of Sayyida Khadijah radiyallahu ta'ala anha. And nobody is talking to Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam started taking some time out, and he used to go to the cave Hira. Clear? He used to stay there according to one narration, 7 days. According to other narration, there was no specific day. Sometimes Prophet Muhammad used to stay there for 10 days, sometimes 6 days, sometimes less, and sometimes
more.
What? This is, I'm starting right from the scratch, so I'm going to mention every single thing. Yes? What Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam used to do there. So, in Bukhari Sharif, it has mentioned, وَهُوَ التَّعَبُّدُ اللَّيَالِي كَانَ يَتَحَنَّث وَهُوَ التَّعَبُّدُ اللَّيَالِي زَوَاتِ الْعَدَدِ. Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam used to worship Allah early in the morning, and he used to worship afternoon Allah Azza wa Jal, and he used to worship him after Maghrib. Salah is not farz yet. I'm not talking about Salah. The Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam used to worship Allah Azza wa Jal. And the other thing, he used to ponder upon the makhluk and the creation of Allah. At-tafakkuru fi khalaiq Allah ta'ala. Upon the creation of Allah Azza wa Jal, the way, like he used to think about the greatness of Allah and about him, that he is the greatest creator. That's how Prophet Muhammad used to think and ponder over. Yes? أَفَلَمْ يَنْظُرُوا إِلَى السَّمَاءِ فَوْقَهُمْ كَيْفَ بَنَيْنَاهَا وَزَيَّنَّاهَا وَمَا لَهَا مِنْ فُرُوجٍ وَالْأَرْضَ مَدَدْنَاهَا وَأَلْقَيْنَا فِيهَا رَوَاسِيَ وَأَنْبَتْنَا فِيهَا مِنْ كُلِّ زَوْجٍ. So many ayats that are related to, look at the sky and look at inside yourself, all you can see the powers of Allah Azza wa Jal. So Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam used to think about the powers of Allah, about his creation. obviously there's slowly Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam is cutting off from the community. Now I don't want to mention Sayyidina Jibreel Amin came, and I don't want to go into that story because all of you know that story. Yes, I don't need to go into that. Now the first wahi reveal. What is first wahi? اقرأ باسم ربك الذي خلق خلق الإنسان من علق اقرأ وربك الأكرم الذي علم بالقلم علم الإنسان ما لم يعلم. Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam came home, he was crumbling, Zammiluni, cover me up. That's the whole story, everything. For 3 years there was no wahi. In between there was no wahi for 3 years. No wahi whatsoever. Now few other things stopped as well. Before that, Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, when he used to go on the road or on the side of the road, sometimes some stones used to speak to Rasulullah. As-salatu was-salamu alayka ya Rasulullah. Stones. As-salatu was-salamu alayka. Yeah. This hadith is Hasan li ghayrihi. Again, I'm going to mention. This hadith is Hasan li ghayrihi. Go and check it, inshallah. And sometimes some, trees used to come closer to Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. As-salatu was-salamu alayka ya Rasulullah. And in some places, especially in very hot weather, clouds used to come upon the body of Rasulullah to make him safe from the sunshine. And that's how Maysara became Muslim, and that's how Sayyida Khadija radiallahu ta'ala realized that this person is not normal person. Because she saw the same thing. Yes. Now when this stopped, wahi stopped, divine inspiration revealing stopped for how many years? 3 years. Everything stopped. No true dreams. Even, stones are not saying salam. Everything stopped, basically. That was the hardest time upon Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And he was thinking, am I now like in a situation that I should be, or whether before whatever I've seen, was it right or no for me, or what was that? He was in a situation. I will not mention the word confusion here. Yes? But he was in a kind of a situation, and he was in need of a spiritual leader to face. He was in need of someone to face him. That's how Sayyida Khadija al-Kubra radiallahu ta'ala anha realized. How? Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam came home crumbling, body shaking. Zammiluni, cover me up. He saw Jibreel. Jibreel came in his real form, not in the human form, or not in the shape of in the form of any Sahabi or no any human. He came in his real shape, 1600 wings, according to one narration. According to other narrations, 600 wings or whatever. Forget about that. But he came and he squeezed Rasulullah. Think about a person who is sitting all alone. He is in the cave, and all of a sudden a person appears. He doesn't know him, and he looks like a human. But at the same time, he looks different because he got wings. And he comes closer and squeezing him. Hatta balagha minni al-juhd. Prophet Muhammad said, I was about to pass away. Obviously, then he came and he's crumbling. And here Prophet Muhammad used a word. Prophet Muhammad said, khashitu ala nafsi. I'm very scared. I'm very scared about myself. لقد خشيت على نفسي. لقد خشيت على نفسي. I'm very scared about myself. So Sayyida Aisha, Sayyida Khadija radiallahu ta'ala anha, 15 years older than Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. That was the wisdom of Allah for him to get married to an older lady. So she placed the blessed head of Rasulullah sallallahu in her blessed lap. And she said one word, Wallahi, ma yukhzika Allahu abada. Allah will never disgrace you. Allah will never humiliate you. إنك لتصل الرحم وتحمل الكلب وتقري الزيف وتعين على نوائب الحق. So somehow she calmed him down. Now she realized he is in need of someone. She said, okay, I'm going to take you to my cousin, Waraqa ibn Nawfal. Who was Waraqa? Waraqa ibn Nawfal was from those people who can speak few languages like Hebrew. So he used to translate, Talmud and Bible from Hebrew to Arabic. That's how high he was in knowledge. So she said, let me take you to him. They went, both of them, sitting down. فأخبره النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم الخبر. Prophet Muhammad told him the whole story. Now, here, this is the one word that all of you need to know and you need to remember it for the rest of your life. He said, هذا الناموس الذي نزل على موسى. That's the exact angel that came upon Musa alayhi salatu wasalam. So now this is something that has been mentioned from a scholar that who was expert in Torah and Injil both, and that is kind of a witness right in the beginning of the days of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam, that he is saying, not Prophet Muhammad, not Sayyidah Khadijatul Kubra. Waraka ibn Nawfal is saying that this is the exact angel that used to come down to and meet to Musa alayhi salatu. This can be mentioned to Jews. As a witness, this can be mentioned. As a proof that can be mentioned to Jews. Yeah? Somehow, he started talking. Then he said one thing. I want to be with you. I'm very old. Yeah, I'm very old. I want to help you. I won't be able to help you. But the days will come when these people will in a way, I didn't want to say that word to her. They will tell you or they will kick you out from. Okay. I don't want to use this word, but just to make you understand. So he said, "Awa mukhrijiyahu." These people will kick me out from my city. So he said, yes. You will have to face everything that the other prophets face in their lives. So somehow he was there to make him calm down as well, but at the same time to make him understand that you are going to face something and you will have to be prepared for this mentally and physically. That's the first thing, everything done. For 3 years, no wahy after that. 3 years. And Prophet Muhammad was in a situation. After 3 years, Ya ayyuhal muddassir, or the one who covers himself in blanket, get up now. فَأَنذِرْ, and warn people. وَرَبَّكَ فَكَبِّرْ, and mention the greatness of your Lord. These ayats revealed upon Prophet Muhammad. Now everything changed here. So now, obviously, Prophet Muhammad wasn't writing. In the beginning till the end, 23 Sahaba Ikram used to write. Now history started, okay? From here, history started. 23 Sahaba Ikram used to write. No one Sahabi. 23. One amongst them is Amir Muawiyah radiallahu ta'ala anhu as well. And I'm not saying it because if I say it's from Ahlul Sunnah wal Jama'ah, so we believe in him. Anyway, he's a Sahabi of Rasulullah and he is brother-in-law of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, because his sister is the wife of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, Habiba, the daughter of Sayyidina Sufyan ibn Hazrat Abu Sufyan's daughter. Yes, Abu Sufyan ibn Harb, his daughter Habiba was the wife of Rasulullah, and he was the Abu Sufyan himself was the father, and Amir Muawiyah was the one is father and the other one is brother-in-law of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Okay. One thing that I want, if you allow me, one thing that I just want to mention just for a side, just a little thing. whatever Shia has mentioned, yes, we are not here to spread hatred. We are not here to spread hatred. We are just mentioning the fact. And facts are something that needs to be mentioned. Whatever they have done against the immediate family of Rasulullah. Abu Bakr Siddiq radiallahu ta'ala was the father-in-law of Rasulullah. Sayyidina Aisha Siddiqa is the wife of Rasulullah. Sayyidina Umar radiallahu anhu, father-in-law of Rasulullah. Sayyidina Hafsa is the wife of Rasulullah, his daughter, Umar's daughter. Abu Sufyan, father-in-law of Rasulullah. Habiba is the daughter-in-law of Rasulullah. Now about these three, Habiba, Sayyida Aisha and Sayyida Hafsa, Shias have mentioned that they put poison in the food of Rasulullah, and that's how Prophet Muhammad passed away. Would you believe that? Let's put it on side. Coming back to the history again. 23 Sahaba Ikram, one of them is Amir Muawiyah radiallahu anhu as well. Now they used to write on what? There used to be some leaves of trees. Paper, this kind of paper used to be very, 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 very expensive. And normally used to be used by kings. When kings used to, send letter, that's how they used to use a very, very, small piece of paper because it used to be very, very expensive. So they started writing on leaves of trees and some kind of, sheets that they used to make it from the leaves of the of date tree. Used to make like that, and they used to write on the Sahaba Ikram ridwanullahi ta'ala alayhim. But here, one thing, write it down and remember for yourself. Prophet Muhammad sallam used to say, ضعوا آية كذا بعد آية كذا وضعوا سورة كذا بعد سورة كذا. Prophet Muhammad said, put this surah after that particular surah and put this ayah after that particular ayah. What I'm trying to say, order of the surah has been done by Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Order of the ayat has been done by Rasulullah sallallahu in his days when he was there. Put this ayah after this ayah, put this ayah, place this ayah after this ayah, place this ayah after this, place this surah after this surah. Only one surah left. And that is Surah Tawbah. That is Surah Tawbah. Hadith of Uthman ibn Affan, all of you know. That Prophet Muhammad ﷺ told us about every surah except one surah. Which surah? Surah Tawbah. Bara'atun min Allahi wa Rasul. This one. So now Sahaba Ikram started thinking about it. Surah before Surah Bara'at is Surah Anfal. Anfal, in Anfal Allah talks about jihad. That our ulama, they don't want to mention in Jim Ha, Alif Dal, Jim Ha, Alif Dal. I don't need to mention like that. Allah Azza wa Jal mentions in Surah Anfal everything related to the rules of jihad and everything. Then some of the rules from particular subject, from the same subject, Allah has mentioned in this surah as well. So Sahaba Ikram started thinking that what we need to do, before this Surah Anfal, then after that we're going to put this surah because both of the surah has the same kind of subject. Yes? Same subject is Allah is speaking about the same thing in both surahs, so they put it together. Now here, nobody said anything. That is ijma' of Sahaba. Ijma'. So nobody said anything in the days of Sahaba Ikram, no in the days of Tabi'een, no in the days of Taba Tabi'een, means no one said anything and that become part of the Quran in tartib, in order. In order wise, Surah Tawbah will come after Surah Anfal. Nobody can change it because of the ijma' of Sahaba Ikram. Understood? That's how everything was written down, but there was no proper compilation. Like the way we have like this. We have cover in the beginning, cover at the end. The way we compile. Can you see this book is compiled like properly? There was no compilation in the days of Rasulullah. In the days of Abu Bakr Siddiq radiallahu ta'ala anhu, Jewish, they started one thing. They started target killing of those Sahaba Kiram who were Huffaz. जो हाफिज सहाबा किराम थे ना, उसको कत्ल करना शुरू कर दिया. They started killing those Sahaba kiram who memorized the whole Quran. Because they knew that if we kill them, Quran will finish. That's how they used to do before. كانوا يحرفون الكلمة عن مواضع وكانوا يقتلون الأنبياء بغير. That was their job. That's how they used to be. Again, no hatred here. I'm just mentioning the
facts.
Fact. What happened after that? In Ghazwat Muta, as a Islamic battle took place, we call it Ghazwa Muta. Approximately more than 70 Huffaz Sahaba Kiram became shaheed. So now, Hazrat Huzaifa ibn Yaman radiyallahu ta'ala anhu, according to one narration and according to other narrations, Sayyidina Umar radiyallahu ta'ala anhu, he started thinking about the Quran. That we need to do something, we need to compile this Quran, otherwise we'll have the same problem that Christianity and Judaism, the way Jewish they face the problem for their books, and Christianity they face the problem for their books. Do you know what problem they face? If you don't know, go and buy for yourself Encyclopedia Britannica. Go over it, you will know the compilation of all these 7 Bibles. There's no one Bible. If you go to shop, go and ask them, give me Bible, they will ask you which color you want. Am I wrong? They will ask you which color. I said, brother, when I went first time, I said, brother, I want Bible. He said, which color? I said, I'm not asking about color. Give me just one Bible. He said, we don't have one Bible, there's 7 Bibles. I said, 7 Bibles? I've heard in books that there will be 6. I knew everything. I was just like,
pretending.
So he said, no, we have new Bible as well that just came 70 years back because of the help of Turkish government. I said, okay, which Injil you talking about? He said, Injil of Barnabas. I said, okay, give me that one as well then. What I'm trying to say, we shouldn't mention it in that way, and I am giving respect to the book of Injil. I need to give respect to Talmud as well. Yeah? فَيَسُبُّ اللَّهَ عَدْوًا بِغَيْرِ. I don't want to say anything about it. Whatever in the book they know, whatever in them books they know that is not a real book. They know themselves. I don't want to talk about it. So what happened here? Hazrat Umar radiallahu ta'ala started thinking that the way Christianity faced that problem in the book of Allah, we will have the same problem. Why can't we compile it? He came to Abu Bakr Siddiq radiallahu anhu, and he said, we need to compile the Quran. So Abu Bakr Siddiq radiallahu anhu said, كيف أفعل فعلا ما فعله رسول الله? How can I do something that Prophet Muhammad never done in his life? I'm not going to do it. They said, حتى ألححت عليه مرارا. I went to him again and again. I was speaking to him. No, it is important. It is very important. I tried my best to make him understand, the importance of compilation of Quran. حتى شرح الله صدر أبي بكر لهذا الأمر. Until he understood with the help of Allah Azza wa Jal, with the will of Allah. He said, okay, I'm going to do it. Okay, who's going to do it? Who wrote the most? Zayd ibn Thabit, he is the one who wrote the most when Quran used to reveal upon Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Okay, tell him. They told him, you got to do this. They said, he said, كيف أفعل فعلا ما فعل رسول الله. Prophet Muhammad never done it, I'm not going to do it. Sahaba Kiram used to be very, very away from any kind of invention, any kind of bid'ah. Yeah. So they said, he was thinking that's kind of bid'ah. Until Abu Bakr Siddiq, both of them, they used to come again and again to him, until he understood. Then they came up with rules and regulations for him to compile Quran. There is approximately 17 rules. For who? For Zayd ibn Thabit. Rules been made by who? Abu Bakr al-Siddiq. Sayyidina Umar Farooq, Sayyidina Usman ibn Affan, Sayyidina Ali radiallahu anhu, Abu Darda, Ma'az ibn Jabal, these great Sahaba, Fuqaha, Sahaba Ikram, they came up with some rules and regulations. How are you going to compile surah? Compile ayat? The Quran. So he started gathering. Obviously, Quran being this, everybody used to listen the recitation of Quran of Rasulullah in the Fajr. They used to listen to the recitation of Quran in Isha Salah, in Maghrib Salah. Yes, they used to learn surahs from Rasulullah Sallam. Hadith of Abdullah ibn Umar. I've learned Surah Al-Baqarah from Rasulullah right from the beginning till the end. So they used to learn this. So he said, okay, I'm going to start. But they said, at least, the least that you can mention or you can bring an ayah, you have to have at least, how many witnesses? Two at least. So not him, he's writing, no you. Like the one who is writing, not you. Then there's a committee there, big committee there. Committee of Abu Bakr, committee of Umar, Sayyidina Ali, Sayyidina Usman, Abu Darda, these great fuqaha sahaba ikram, every ayat needs to be mentioned to them as well. That's on a side. That's on the side. But when you bring an ayah, O Zayd ibn Sabit, you need to have at least two witnesses. He started gathering, then he realized two ayats that I used to hear from Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And I tried my best to find a Sahabi. Nobody saying to me. Then he found with his, I think, Sabit ibn Khuzaymah or Khuzaymah ibn Sabit. لعله Khuzaymah ibn Sabit. Khuzaymah ibn Sabit al-Ansari. This Khuzaymah ibn Sabit al-Ansari radiallahu ta'ala anhu, he had a particular a specific quality. And quality was once upon a time Prophet Muhammad sallam was in the market. In the market. In the market, and Prophet Muhammad sallam saw a donkey. Was one old Jewish man he was selling. So Prophet Muhammad sallam said, I want to buy it. They agreed upon a price. Prophet Muhammad sallam said to him, you wait here, I'm going and bring money. I'm going to bring money from. So Prophet Muhammad went. In the meanwhile, this greedy old man, he found someone else who was giving him more money. And he started talking to him. Prophet Muhammad came back. And he came back and he's listening to him. He's talking to someone else and selling the same donkey upon someone else. So Prophet Muhammad said, we just agreed upon price. He said, do you have a witness? Prophet Muhammad said, no, I don't. Khuzaymah ibn Sabit al-Ansari was standing there. He said, I'm your witness, Rasulullah. I'm your witness. Prophet Muhammad moved towards him. But you wasn't there that time. How can you become my witness? So he said, Prophet Muhammad, this is something that is going on in front of us, in front of our eyes, in our markets. You are talking to us about the arsh of Allah. You are talking about the throne of Allah. You are talking about Allah. You are talking about Jibreel. You are talking about Jannah, Jahannam. Nothing of them we can see, and we will never see till the day we die. We believe in you for that. Why can't we believe in you in this? Prophet Muhammad smiled. And he said, from now on, if you become the witness of someone, you alone is enough for him as a true witness. So the ayah has been taken by Zayd ibn Sabit from you. Okay, you are alone enough. You are enough. Okay, bring. So that's how the compilation of Quran done. Now here we need to understand something. These things are very, very important to understand because that's right the beginning of the core, right the beginning of Islam. So everything you need to learn. Here, this is the main thing that's the main part that you need to grasp, but you need to put it inside your heart. Every single, side of it. There's one thing. In the days of Abu Bakr Siddiq radiallahu ta'ala anhu, Jam'ul Quran, the compilation of Quran took place. Yes? Abu Bakr Siddiq radiallahu ta'ala anhu made him to write few, no one. No one. Few. And who was writing it? Zayd ibn Sabit. Under the supervision of a big committee. Remember this. Do not take this word out. One person came and he was writing it down after the demise of Rasulullah. God knows how many mistakes he's done. That's how they say, isn't it? That's how they say it. No, everything was under the supervision of a big committee. Approximately, according to one authentic narration that has been mentioned by Sayyidina Hassan Basri rahmatullahi ta'ala, 44 Sahaba Ikram. How many? 44 Sahaba Ikram committee used to go over the ayats that has been compiled by Zayd ibn Sabit. Anyway. Now, why second compilation took place? Here, one thing I want to mention. Writing in the days of Rasulullah was without dots. Fi that you can see nowadays in Quran, fi. So on top of fa, there was
No dot.
no dot. For example, if there is Bismillah, so there was no dot under ba. Yes? No dot. No zabar, no there. In the days of Rasulullah, no in the days of Abu Bakr, no in the days of Usman. No in the days of Abu Bakr, no in the days of Usman. When these, the tashkil that you can see of the letter, the tashkil of the way you say, you see the script is proper, ba comes with the dot. When that started? When non-Arab became Muslim. When Muslims conquer, especially in the days of Uthman ibn Affan radiallahu ta'ala, Muslims conquer all the way to Peshawar city in Pakistan. Peshawar city in Pakistan got conquered in the days of Uthman ibn Affan radiallahu ta'ala. Obviously in the days of Hazrat Umar radiallahu ta'ala, most of Iran got conquered. In the days of Uthman ibn Affan, Afghanistan got conquered. Yes. You can see the Tamim Dari radiallahu anhu grave in Afghanistan. You can see Jubair ibn Mut'im, the son of Mut'im ibn Adi, the millionaire, his son grave you can see in Afghanistan. I saw them both with my own eyes. Yes. So obviously non-Arab are now coming inside Islam. For Arab, because they were familiar with it. They knew that this is Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. They knew this is fear, this is qafa, this is ta, this is noon, and this is, for example, all letters they knew about it. But now non-Arabs are coming in Islam. So at that time, they were in need of putting them dots and zabars and zairs and tanween and everything. Am I clear? That's how the compilation of Quran took place. Last question, and then inshallah, Raziz, you guys go, inshallah. Why? What was the reason of second compilation in the days of Usman? Compilation is done in the days of Umar radiallahu, in the days of Abu Bakr Siddiq. Why again? Why? There's a question.
Standardize it.
Huh?
Standardize it as one.
So yes, you can say it that way. Look, أنزل القرآن على 7 أحرف. Quran has revealed upon Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam in 7 different ways. For you, for this, at least we need 2 hours. At least we need 2 hours for us to understand this hadith of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam. But one thing I want to mention, so that can appeal your brain and your level, and that is, in the days of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam, there were a lot of Arab tribes. Arab tribes. And their Arabic level was not normal level. Very, 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 very high classical level. High level. Obviously, the Quran that we can see is on the lugha and the lahja and the accent of Quraysh that we can see nowadays. But in them days, when Quran was revealed upon Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam, the wisdom of Allah made a decision that it needs to appeal all the different accents. Yes? In a way, Allah Azza wa Jal was, look at the wisdom of Allah Azza wa Jal. Otherwise, when Arab people, Quraysh will say, oh, this is our Quran only. Bani Tayyib will say, oh, this is our Quran only. And because they used to have fights upon these little things, especially for them, main thing was Language. Here I want to mention something and you need to remember it for the rest of your life. Whenever Prophet comes, Musa alayhi salatu salam came, in his days, what was very famous? Black magic. So Allah Azza wa Jal gave him a kind of miracles that even these magicians said, oh, this cannot be a magic. In the days of Sayyidina Isa alayhi salatu salam, everything was about medical and medicine. Allah Azza wa Jal gave him some miracles that even, these doctors in the days of Isa alayhi salatu salam said, no, this cannot be this is not a medicine, this is something else. This is miracle, we cannot do it. In the days of Rasulullah sallam, main thing was bayan. They used to come, there used to be aswaq, there used to be markets, as like a suq uqas, there used to be markets, they used to come in the markets and they used to sit down and they used to mention, here poet is sitting down from one tribe, this poet is sitting down from other tribe, this is sitting from Bani Tayyib, this is sitting down from Mudar, he is sitting from Kinana. So they are sitting from different tribes. And here in between there is a judge sitting down listening to their poetry and he chooses one poetry. And then when he chooses one poetry, the same poetry they used to go and hang it by the door of Kaaba. By the door of Kaaba. That's why we have Al-Mu'allaqat Sab'a. Yeah? 7 proper books of poems. And the poetry, 7 poetry books, proper big books being hanged by the door of Kaaba. Because they used to think that, man afsahu minna, man hu afsahu minna, who can be better than us in terms of
language.
In terms of, so that's why they call themselves Arabs and they call us Ajam. Arab means we can speak fluently, and when we speak our language is very clear, but the rest of the world when they speak their language is not clear. That's why Ajami, look at the word, they call themselves Arab and call us Ajam. So they used to have that thing in them, هيهات هيهات أهلك الناس الأماني قول بلا عمل ومعرفة بغير صبر. High words. That's why Prophet Muhammad ﷺ was given the miracle of Quran. The miracle of Quran. So what I am trying to say, it became the miracle of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, living miracle of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, Quran. So now one can say, oh, this is on my accent. The other can say, oh, this is on my accent. So the wisdom of Allah made the same. It has to go according to everyone's touching everyone's
Heart. Language.
accent and the way they speak. Yes? But again, I cannot mention it all to you. What is the meaning of Unzil al-Quran ala sab'ati ahruf? Inshallah al-Aziz, when you come to tafsir class, inshallah, and Baram, I will mention tafsiri, inshallah, in detail about this. After this, inshallah, I'm going to be talking about the compilation of hadith, inshallah, in the next, inshallah, lesson. Jazakumullahu khair al-jazai fi dunya wal akhirah. Subhana rabbika rabbil izzati amma yasifun wa salamun ala al-mursalin. Walhamdulillahi rabbil alamin. Bi rahmatika ya arhamar rahimin. If you have any question, feel free, you can ask me any question, inshallah.